First of all, this is such a great short. Bitch, I'm early is so different, so unique. What was the idea behind it?
I mean, usually the answer is always the same. Is I hate offices. I don't know where else to go with it. The corporate culture sucks. It's inhuman. It makes people do stupid things to each other. It's like all the money goes to the top, but it's people killing themselves at the bottom. They're pitted against each other to try to get, like an Office Space, a stapler, or the version of that. And that's not changed. It's probably gotten worse. And every time I've had an experience, it makes me a worse person. Gets me to be defensive, and it's a toxic. And
Yeah.
it's just designed to pit people against each other
Mhm.
because you're fighting over like resources and consumerism. You feel like if you don't have the new iPhone, then the life is worth less. So
Yeah.
that's what it does. It makes people nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so familiar with it after working in the corporate world and during my time, and yeah, it kind of brought back a lot of memories. I'm really
I'm
glad.
sorry.
There's
Hashtag
a
I'm glad.
there's a part of me that's glad that I'm not a part of that anymore, and part of me that does miss
Hmm.
the relationship aspect of things
Sure,
when
sure, sure. You make good friends when you're
yes,
going to war.
exactly. Uh, definitely, that is definitely true. But to make it was there ever because I see it, and it could have been so many different things. It could have been an animated short, could
Hmm.
have been a live action short, could have like there was times where I was thinking a Warner Brothers cartoon while watching some of the interactions.
Hilarious.
What was the idea of making it into a live action narrative short?
Well, I think, look, I love animation as well. It's just prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to spend 4 years making an animated thing. I think it could work equally as well, especially because it would capture the absurdity. But seeing people in the flesh is for this kind of thing is better. I mean,
Yeah.
these are really expressive, amazing actors. Bringing to life this sort of overly dramatic locking horns with another person. So no, I absolutely made the. I think live action is the way. I mean, I think it's like it has to feel human. It can't. I didn't want it to make it. I wanted to make it big, but I didn't want to make it so absurd that it
Mhm.
was not relatable. And I
Yeah.
think maybe animation wouldn't have served that. Animation would have been sort of more tongue-in-cheek commentary. And I'm a big South Park fan, all those things. So when done right, it's amazing. But I
Mhm.
feel that in this, it just felt right to get in there and run around with a camera in the streets of New York and not get killed, hopefully.
Yeah. And that's why I had to ask because it's like when you're making a project like this and you see the script, I'm sure like many people, like you have so many different ideas
Hmm.
on which way to go and
Oh
to
yeah.
choose what's the best way is sometimes the most difficult part before you even shoot.
Oh yeah. I mean, it kind of like for me, once I had the initial idea, this is always it's like one key unlocks in one of those movies, and it's like all the way down. Like it just happens. And so in 20 minutes, I'll have the beginning, middle, and end. And then this and this and this and this and this. And then it's just, I can't stop it because I've created a framework in my mind. And my mind likes to solve brain teasers. So it'll just obsess over all day long. And then be like, oh my God, that. And then that. And then some actor will say something and be like, yeah, let's explore that. So I try to keep it where it's highly structured because that will sort of allow that ride to have its real effectiveness, but also be open to the creativity of others. And best idea wins. I have no ego when it comes to, I just want to make a good movie. And so if somebody on the set is like carrying coffee for me, which is rare that I would ever have somebody do that. But if they did and they were saying, I love that part with this and that, but man, that thing was funny. And that'll just be like the same thing. They'll not go, they're right. We need to dive into that immediately and do an improv around that because maybe we need to explore the classist issues between these two characters in the film, or maybe we want to explore the age difference between these two characters. And those things actually came out of being on set a little bit, like saying, I had a couple of the lines with it, but they took it deeper. One of the lines I think Jacinia says is, I don't take lunch. I eat at my desk like you're supposed to. And that was her, right?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant read. But
Mhm.
then what it does is it informs me, and then I'll go to the second set who I shoot with and say, I need more lines about this. We need to tag these in because I want to now build this new thematic narrative. Because it's important because when people are in these entangled, locked horn situations at work, which are absurd, you're throwing away your life doing it, right? There's a lot of points of view coming at that situation. They bring to it culturally, through age and through class, a lot of different perspectives, and that's part of that clash, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what won you today, this morning. Best
Oh,
narrative
thank you.
short in the Dances with Films
Thank you.
New York. How is that when you you develop this, you're working on this. It takes like I think a lot of people don't realize how much work it takes to make if a feature film, but how much work it takes to make a short as well. That
Oh yeah.
in a short amount of time to tell a story that's really big into a condensed form. How exciting is it to be able to be awarded by your peers and to show the work that you've done?
It has not set in, to be honest.
Hmm.
I deflected immediately to everyone else. I
Hmm.
deflected to my team because they're wonderful. And without them, I'm nothing. You know, I mean, what am I? Just some guy who wants to do something.
Yeah.
And without the experience of being around all those other filmmakers, and I mean this sincerely, like they fill my cup, and I immediately wanted to talk about their work and not mine.
Hmm.
I think it's going to be hard for my brain to accept because I see myself as the little engine that could.
Hmm.
Um, and I kind of rehearsed what I might say and I fantasized about it. Oh, I have this thing. And I communicated that I thought, well, about, don't chase the carrot. There is no carrot.
Hmm.
Chase the work, chase being as the best you can be,
Hmm.
for a system that's sometimes a little unethical, right? So I think it's just important for me to communicate that message. So, and I thought when I got it, I was really not. It's not that I was shocked. It was like I'm just used to being in a system, much like in the corporate America, right, where you do all the work and you're just not rewarded, like over and over and over again, and it's just like here it comes, right? So I had thought what I wanted to say, and here it comes, and then when they said the opposite, my brain just broke for a second, gave the most impassioned speech I could, came home back, and I was shaking because it's 32 years.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is the culmination moment, but this is a wonderful moment and wonderful more that I can share with my team because I love them and I believe in them. So, and I want those actors to get the breaks that they deserve. I see them as brilliant. And
Yeah.
I think that karmically, that's the right thing. Maybe it will happen for me, but it's right now. I want it for others. I ran out of me energy years ago.
Yeah.
I have to make everything I do about others. It's just my way. I think that in some point in life, and it's more rewarding anyway, right? When it's just your own ego, like, okay, I'm happy, I want it, but I'm more happy that I can share it.
Yeah. Exactly. And no film is done by just one person. It's an
No,
ensemble group.
no. And it's
It's
not just the
definitely
group. Sorry, I'm sorry. I mean, interrupt. I just want to add to what you're saying.
yeah.
You're getting me excited by the idea. It's not just a group. It's all the people in your life
Hmm.
that are seeing you through it.
Yeah.
It's the significant others. It's moms. There's a reason I said this morning, there's a reason everybody gets up on stage and thanks their mom,
Hmm.
right? The first thing they do, because their mom is a lot more important than that statue. And
Yeah.
so those are the people I called them all weekend. They're like, this is my girlfriend. I'm like, you mean your supporting cast and crew, right? Because without them, especially at this level, to create something of real heart and significance, which I really hope we did. And we took 10 days to do a 6-minute film, which a lot of features are done in 5,
Yeah.
like the shorter independent feature. And I'm like, no, it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that people noticed. But yes, the surrounding cast is much more important to me.
Yeah, exactly. And before I let you go, because we don't have much time
Perfect.
left, what's next for this short narrative? Where are you going to be taking it to next so people could see it even more?
I'm gonna hide it in my basement forever, like most of my films. Not at all. No, I applied to some other major festival, right? And I'm hoping that maybe somebody see this award and say, yeah, we want to program that. We'd love it, and because it's a crowd pleaser. I've
Yeah.
watched it with people, and they roar, and
Mhm.
that's awesome. So I think any festival who plays this will get audience, and they will enjoy it. But
Mhm.
that's not up to me. And so I applied to the major festivals. I don't usually apply to smaller ones anymore because I don't want to sit in a room with 12 people that I brought for an out of focus experience. I want it to be good. You put the work in, you want it to be good. So
Yeah.
this Dances with Films is phenomenal because they take more care than I've ever seen. And I've
Mhm.
been around a long time and they really give a shit. So excuse my language, but like I was so touched by what they did. So what's next? Hopefully people say we want it, right? And then they look for my next film, which is coming. It's 80% done. And then my feature films and scripts that I'm writing and the pitches that I'm coming up with, I could do this all day. Like I just want to make sense. All I want to do is entertain people. I
Mhm.
don't know about the politics of it and how that's going to work and who's going to pick me and I'm going to get through this agent manager. I don't know. I just want to make great stuff. So if somebody's out there and they cosmically hear this, I want to make great stuff. Please come make great stuff with me. That's what I want to do. I want to do it with great people. I want to be thankful for it.
Yeah, and hopefully it's coming to the West Coast because I love to see it inside a
Ah,
theater because
thank you.
it's
Hope
different
so.
when you have to see it on a TV or even
Oh
on your
yeah, totally different.
it's a great experience, but to see it in a theater, I can only imagine what that
Oh,
experience
it's
would be
crazy.
like with a good crowd.
Yeah, it's
So,
amazing.
but thank you so much for stopping with us. Really
Thank you,
appreciate
Michael.
it. Congratulations on the award,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully we'll see you on the West Coast very soon. I'm looking forward to your next project.
I appreciate it, Michael. Have a wonderful day. Thank
Thank
you.
you too. Bye.